set yourself some measurable dating goals, or else you're gonna slack off. Because, you know, I would try to meet a couple days a week. Or one of my patients contacts 5 women a day, 5 days a week on online dating. He set that up for himself. Or I'm gonna go to 1 event a week, or I'm gonna do something. Because if you don't set some kind of goals like this, it's a whole lot easier not to go and not to date and not to be rejected and not to go embarrass yourself. Because dating can be very embarrassing. Does anybody else find dating embarrassing? That looks unanimous.
Awkward anyway.
Huh?
Awkward to say the least.
Awkward? Okay.
At least that.
Okay. And when you have a bad date, what you think is a bad date, you don't have fun, somebody's rude, somebody disappears, our natural human tendency is going to be, I don't want to do it anymore. Okay? I don't want to do it anymore. Or let's say you date someone for 3 months and you realize it's not going anywhere, or they decide it's not going anywhere. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm older now. I'm just going to, I don't know, fade off in the sunset. I don't know.
Get a cat.
I'm going to get a cat. I'll be one of those cat ladies. I was afraid to have my cat for a while. I thought, God, that means I'm a cat lady. Someone told me, only if you have 3. So if you set these up, and so my friend that was helping me, I also had a male friend. We were coaching each other for a while, keeping each other on track. And he would remind me when I'd have something disappointing, he'd go send out 10 more emails. Okay. Because what I found the math was online is you send out about 10 emails, about 2 will respond back. So send out about 10. Just go send them out. That might be better odds for you, but we're going to have a dating class more about how to send those emails and stuff, how to make it fun for yourself. But I would suggest you, you know, you can do whatever you want, but I found that if you don't set some kind of measurable goals for yourself to try to keep yourself on track, you're going to give up. And then next holiday, you're going to be going, well, I got off to a good start, but I didn't keep getting out there. I didn't keep trying, pushing, making this thing happen. Learning everything I need to learn, meeting enough people. You know, every date we have, we learn something more about where we're going, who we're looking for, what we're doing, how to become a more loving person. So staying on track with that. That's why another reason I had a dating coach, because if I didn't have to go, I'll also have patients, they'll come in and they'll say, well, you know, I set a date this morning. I'm like, that's because you had to report to me, right? I'm like, right. Maybe this is because I'm a psychotherapist, but I do a lot of work with people, and I needed to do work clearing up my unfinished business. So if you're not really finished, if you still have anger towards anyone you used to date, or be married to, or be involved with, if you still have pain when you think about them, if you have any strong feelings at all, there's work to be done that if you don't do is going to be carried into your next relationship with you. It's possible to be completely done, and how do you know when you're completely done? You can think about that person without a lot of action going on in your heart. So you've noticed this when you've had someone who died, and it was very painful for a number of years, but now it's been long enough that it's like, yeah, I love them, but I don't feel that same, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, that's when it's done. Doesn't mean you don't care about them still, but it just means you're free to think about it. You know, it's with past relationships, I always judge it as like, if I ran into him at the airport, would I go hide? Actually, probably not completely done on that one, but. Okay. So this, you can do a lot of work on your own. You can journal, you can talk to people, you can do a short period of therapy, you can do a long period of therapy, you can just work on getting done, because I personally could see, and I see with some of my clients, that carrying those unfinished relationships, then we attract pieces of those unfinished relationships in another person. And if we can get really clear, then that other person can meet us and not all this stuff we're carrying from before.
What about if we're not that long out of a relationship, but we want to start getting into it?
You can always date, but you can also still be working on finishing that last relationship. You don't have to, it's not a period of time. Some people can get over relationships quickly, some people they like a long time. I was the queen of it taking a long time. But it's worth that work and effort if you really want to find somebody good this time, and you're really willing to do what it takes to just really do some soul searching again and get clear on, I'm finished. They're not coming back. I don't actually want them to come back. I'm done. I have dealt with the pain of that. I have become wiser because of that. I know now more what I'm looking for. You know, it can help us get clear on what not to look for. Just explore everything. Everything you've ever heard of. Apps, Meetup, Blake's Wood, speed dating is really fun. Singles events, wine tastings, just leave no stone unturned. We had a guy in here who meets a lot of days doing archery. It's like, wow, I never tried that. He said there's like 50 people at him. It's like, wow, that would have been interesting. Okay, so again, when you're sitting at home and you go, well, I know I'm not gonna meet her if I stay home. And what's happening tonight, archery, I'm gonna go check it out. You know, I'm just gonna try everything. And almost everything you do dating is gonna strike out. Almost everything, almost every date you have is not gonna work out. That's okay, that's just how it works.
Until it does.
Until it does. So, but you learn every single time you do these things. You meet some people, you talk, you watch yourself, you challenge yourself, you go out and you go, okay, it's archery, I probably won't do this again, or I will do this again, but hey, while I'm here, I'm gonna try to talk to that person. Hey, while I'm here, I'm gonna see what it's like to just say you wanna have coffee. And maybe they say no, that's okay. I had to hire help. If you're willing to do whatever it takes, maybe you have some friends that will help you. I had that part of the way. I had to hire some help. I already told you the kind of help I needed. I needed to get a makeover. I needed to have a coach. I needed to have a therapist. That's what I needed. And I had already done a lot of work on myself. And the apps and events and stuff are not cheap. And all the apps are pretty cheap. And we're here sponsored by Blake's Wood, and Blake's Wood is offering lots of help. Blake's Wood is offering, I'm sure Karina's going to talk about the dating class that's coming up. There's lots of mixers and events. There's just lots of ways to get help. And I would say this is one of the most important things in your life. It's worth investing in. There's some kind of fantasy out there that we're all supposed to know how to date, we're all supposed to know how to find a perfect partner. If we don't, there's something wrong with us. You know, it's like, I believed that for many years, and I just decided, I'm okay, I'm helpless. just admit it and go get some help. It's the most important thing. So if you're not gonna be single next year, I would say it's worth investing here or somewhere else. You know, there's plenty of people that teach dating and coaching and all kinds of things. So I just think it's for me, it was worth the investment. I just wanted to find somebody I wanted to not have to date again and just live in love. Live in love. And instead of having the problem of finding a partner, having the problem of how to make this an even greater relationship seems impossible. It's so great, but that sounds like a much more interesting problem to work on.